Alrighty, got a match here for the World Cup between Fircoal and Yudai214. This is USA A team versus Japan's B team. Fircoal representing the good old US of A. Being on the USA A team, I don't think I'll be impartial in this match. We'll be pulling for Fircoal here. Let's see what they got. So, trashing, Exo, good at killing estates, not so good at dealing with coppers or curses. Decent draw, terminal draw, witch and torturer, non-terminal draw with stables. Only village is going to be royal carriage, or potentially you could get ghost at some point. Usually that's not a primary village. The opening, I think probably Exo Silver. I could see an argument for Silver to get these fives faster, maybe Witch or Torture. Probably Witch, I think, better than Torture, early one. And get the cursing going faster. But Exo is also a really good card. You definitely want that. Even if you're not opening with it, I'd get it shortly thereafter. Yeah, I'm not. They both went with Exo Silver, but double Silver and then turn 3, turn 4, maybe buy Witch and Exorcist or double Witch if you could. Royal Carriage Witch would also not be bad on hitting double fives because you could call the carriage on the Witch, even if they collide. So Fearcall hits 5, which is excellent. Silver Exo is not amazing at hitting 5, so when you can, that's wonderful. Yudai misses 5, which is not unsurprising. Not surprising or unsurprising. It is not unsurprising. Because, Exo is not doing a whole lot for you the turn you've got it in your hand in terms of hitting price points. Oh, Citadel's also a village. I guess I should note that. Citadel will obviously be very good once you can afford it, but hitting 8 is not easy. Yeah, so they go for Witch. Is this... I think Fircoal's hit 5 twice. Yudai still hasn't. Because all their money's in this hand. But yeah, I think Witch over Torture makes sense. The Curse attack hurts more than the Discord attack. And, if they play Torture early, you can always choose to discard if you want to. Not super clear, Torture is drawing more than Witches. Plus 3 cards is like net +2, which is twice as much as Witch, which is, net +1 card in terms of hand size. So Torture is, definitely more upside for you. But the optionality of taking Curse, I think, makes Witch better. Like, you get the Witches out early, you give them Curses, and the Torture is shut down. Oh, we got 4 Witches gained. Were those last 2 both from Yudai? Yeah, so Yudai's got 2 Witches now as well. I think I could easily see Ghost getting gained in this game because Witch is not going to be an amazing card once Curses run out, but it is an expensive card, and so it would be an easy card to trash to gain Ghost with Exorcist's effect. It's also quite likely, I think, that this game might just be essentially over by the time that happens, because if, as is likely, Fircoal wins this Curse split pretty handedly, that's, functionally, I think, going to be the ball game, regardless of what you do from there. Yudai was slower to get the Witches, just because worse draws, and it looks like the Witches have now collided. Having said they're player 1. And that was an amazing draw from Fircoal, drawing the Royal Carriage dead, and just barely missing 8. Bit lonely at the moment. There's another World Cup match going on that started a little bit earlier, and so I think everyone's spectating that. Also, I believe US versus Japan, but I don't know who's winning. It's Orfrat versus Uefuro. Missing 4, or not missing 4, missing 5 here is definitely sad. There's a lot of good cards at 5, and not a whole lot of things you want at the sub 5 level. Market Square is better than nothing, but not something you're really dying to get. And that's 3 more curses lined up in Fircoal's hand. That should be 4 more. Shoot. No, it's only 3 more curses. I was going to say Citadel is going to double the Witch, but it actually doesn't. Citadel Royal Carriage is, now that I think about it, kind of sad. You get to play the carriage twice. Actually, it's actually not so bad here. So Citadel and Royal Carriage, literally all it's going to do is double the +1 action effect, because you can't put 1 card on your mat twice. And so Citadel is giving you basically effective next turn Necropolis when you use it on Royal Carriage. But as it happens, when your hand is 2 carriages and a witch and no other villages or anything, that little Necropolis effect is actually great because it lets you play all this other stuff afterwards. So yeah, this game is well and truly over, I think. And I don't think Yudai misplayed this at all. I think they just had worse draws. They're, what's the curse book going to be? 9 to 1. They both got 2 witches, and one of them has uh or has 8 curses, and will soon have 9, I believe. Oh, maybe not. 8 2, I guess. Uh, yeah. Final split was 8 to 2. Not pretty. Leave the market square in hand. Get a gold here. I was thinking. Well, actually, no. I was gonna say kill the silver into an imp. Sounds great. But that silver is hitting 10, and 10's a nice number because it means you get to buy 2 5 costs. So yeah, killing curse is probably better here. Hmm. It's a lot of carriage. I mean, I don't hate the carriage, but I think some combo of stables and groundskeepers looks pretty good now. I think I would want at least a few stables. There's still a lot to be done in this kingdom. I mean, you can get a lot of golds real fast off of Market Square, and so having a lot of draws is definitely something you could use productively. But I mean, Fircoal could probably pass a turn or two and still be in the lead here. As UDI, I think you buy Market Square, turn silver into Imp, gain 2 golds off it. Or alternatively, I think a pretty appealing line for UDI is to click the resign button. If anyone's migrating over from the Warfrat Yoifuro game, can you tell me the score? I'm kind of curious. I would seriously think about not playing the second Witch's Fearful if you can manage it, because again, or actually, I don't even know if Witch is a better target for Ghost than Gold is. I was talking about how Witch is gonna. Uh-oh, that's not good. Four oh foyo for yoy for that's a tongue twister. 4-0 for yoy for that's not good. Or frat. Get your head in the game. Shoot, America might be behind actually, because Tracer lost 5-1, didn't he, to Siami? Was it Siami? It was someone. I think it was Siami. Um, is the game hidden? I don't know what that's about. That's weird. It showed up for me just fine. I guess I joined when they were still in the table creation stage. Maybe once they started the table, something weird happened. I don't know. That's odd. Hmm. Wait, so of the games we know so far, Yoifro's won 4, Siami won 5. That's 9 for them, 1 for the US. I won versus Maya 6-0. So I think Japan is up 9-7 so far. So this match potentially matters a lot. Obviously, those last 2 games that are going on in the Warfrat Yoifro match will matter, but Fircoal might need to win this here. I still would not mind stables. Additional draw is good. Not even a torture actually would be pretty good. Additional draw. You got some actions to use. A lot of surplus action actually. Maybe torture's even better than stables. But seeing Yudai's hand, I don't think that Fircoal's in any real risk of losing this game. Yudai lowering piles. That just looks like a please put me out of my misery play. Helping Fircoal empty carriages or estates. I don't know which is easier. Carriages take fewer buys. Estates take less money. Uh, Likely one of them is a possibility here. I actually don't know the exact compositions of Fircoal's deck. See, we're looking at 15 money so far. 12. This looks like a win. That's 20 in hand. That's enough for 4 carriages. You're worrying me here, Fircoal. Why are you playing these treasures one at a time? Autoplay all the treasures. No need to use Hexo for anything. Oh wait, I'm wrong about the math. That's only 18? Oh, never mind. Okay, I can't count. I wonder then if there was a win if more of the carriages were used on market squares, because that would be enough to pile estates. It's obviously too late at this point. Yeah, they probably had a win if they just called one more royal carriage on market square, almost certainly, because they have overdraw. So if the carriage they called on witch were called on market square instead, I think that'd be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they would have had it. Oh well. Uh, I don't think that it's gonna matter. It just delays the inevitable ever so slightly. I admire your tenacity, Yudai, but I would throw in the towel here. Calling royal carriage on imp there, I think, was like very clearly the correct play. I imagine the delay that we saw was just Yudai figuring out how to do it in the client, because it would be easy to mess that up and accidentally call the royal carriage on the witch instead if you're not being careful. What a remarkably bad kingdom for Band of Misfits. It is just a weaker market square. It doesn't even have the reaction, and turns it off when market square empties. I'm trying to think of any upside. There really isn't any. You look at this hand. Come on, you gotta know that this game's over. All right, Fircoal should have it on estates now. I think pretty easily. Do they not have? Uh, okay, here we go. Yeah, I was surprised that they called the royal carriage on the wisp, not the witch, not the wisp, the witch, rather than the market square. But it was immaterial. Either way works. Game 1 to USA and as player 2. Fircoal doing our country proud. What have we here? Mouse Pawn. Interesting. So you could play a card as Way of the Mule, or Way of the Pig, or Way of the Monkey, or I think a lot of the other combinations aren't represented by any particular way. But a lot of options. So trashing, temple, or research. Tragic Hero can trash itself. Draw. Tragic Hero is a little bit unreliable as far as draw goes. Good card, but tends to not stick around. Research can also be draw. Patrician occasionally might be draw. Plenty of villages. Festival, Bandit Camp. Plus buy, Festival, Tragic Hero, Courtier. Are there any 3-type cards? I don't think so. Courtier's only good targets are going to be Villain, Temple, or Research. I'm thinking Research looks pretty good here as far as card goes. Courtier and Tragic Hero both do a good job of gaining you golds, and then you can research them for draw. Research draw isn't amazing because it leaves a lot of your cards stuck on the research mat, and then you're not playing with all your cards every turn, but it's not so bad. You just flood your deck with some gold, research for your return. Might not be a bad idea. You could also play with Festivals and Tragic Heroes and just repeatedly buy the Tragic Heroes back when they die. With Festival, you might actually be able to save a decent number of your Tragic Heroes. Research is its own mat, DZ. See, you set the cards face down on this, and there's a word in English for things on which you set cards. It is a mat. What have they done? Opening Silver Research versus Silver Temple. Honestly, both of those seem totally fine to me. Temple often is going to mean you hit 2, because if you've got a hand of, say, Temple, 3 coppers, estate, you trash copper and estate, you got 2 coppers left. Patrician's a decent 2, so that's still fine. Research more likely to hit 3 the turn you play it, and then more likely to get you to 5, but it's going to trash a little bit slower because it's only killing 1 at a time. I think I would take the research, probably, if I had to pick, but both seem okay. So who's got what? Fircoal's got a festival. Fircoal's got a tragic hero. I guess is not so surprising. Fircoal's the one who opened with research and has consequently hit 5 because, as we said, research trash is slower but is better at hitting price points because it draws you cards. Yudai takes a bandit camp. Was that the first 5 they had? Bandit camp as first 5 seems pretty odd to me. That That feels tantamount to buying a gold. What is that bandit camp doing for your deck at the moment? You don't need the village effect. Spoils is not really your main thing that you need. I'm a little skeptical of the bandit camp. That's true. You could pig it. You could just as well pig patrician or poacher. I guess actually, even if you just always played bandit camp as a pig, that is better than nothing because at least it's a 5-cost card in your deck, which increases the odds that your patrician draws something. So there's something to that. But I think the bandit camp was a mistake. In fact, I'm not sure I think you even want bandit camps here at all. It's not ridiculous to me that you'd want to get them at about the point you want a village, but I think I like festival here because I think it plays nicer with Tragic Hero. It keeps your heroes alive. It reduces your hand size, which means your hero is a lot less likely to off himself. And I'm not particularly looking to trash the Tragic Hero to gain golds at all. I can avoid it. If you wanted golds, Core Tier would give you all the golds that you need. Unless you needed more than 30 golds, in which case it would give you as many golds as it could. Yudai is ahead in temple points, if nothing else. Although actually, surprisingly not that ahead. Did Fircoal buy a temple? Yeah, Fircoal bought a temple. Hmm. 3 money here. I guess the question is silver better than nothing? The answer is, I don't know. Yudai says yes. Unclear to me. Patrician would definitely be better than nothing, but Patrician has evacuated from the pile. It's going great, Severi. Fircoal has won all the games so far, which is one game, but is also looking ahead in game 2. I sure. So, someone please tell me Warfret won the last 2 games. Doesn't need to be true or not. I'd just like to hear it. All right, yeah. And game 6, I presume. Sure. Already got that one in the bag. So at the moment, I believe, if we consider the first 5 games of Warfrat's match and the first 1 game of the Fircoal Yudai match, I think the US and Japan are exactly tied 9-9 in total games. So it's neck and neck. This seems like it was a bad play order. I mean, maybe Yudai was paying about as much attention as I was paying, but as a player, they should have been paying more attention. They should have known, I would think, that neither of their bottom 2 cards cost 5. In which, maybe I'm mistaken. Did they only have one? No. I guess it's not super clear. So their hand was Bandit Camp and 2 Patricians. The way they played this turn, there was 0% chance this Patrician hit. That being said, the upside of playing Patrician first and then Bandit Camp is you potentially cause. No, that doesn't work either. I was going to say you potentially cause the spoils to miss the shuffle, and you want that. But actually, if you play Patrician then Bandit Camp, there's still a 50% chance that you don't draw this Poacher first, in which case, if you find like the Temple on top of the Patrician, then you have to play Bandit Camp next, and that spoils going to the shuffle anyway. I think Bandit Camp before Patrician was the better order there for Yudai, because you're likely putting that spoils in the shuffle either way, and this way your Patrician can't activate. I'm sure that incredibly minor detail is going to cost them the game. Oh, I didn't even notice that Orchard was in this kingdom. I got too distracted by Way of the Mouse. But who's got the patrician split? That actually kind of matters here, doesn't it? Gains patch. Huh. Oh, I see. I was doing this wrong. Fircoal has 3 patricians. You raise a good point, Safiri, but you and I could have snuck some curses into their deck while I wasn't looking to explain how they might have orchard points while having 3 VP. Mm-hmm. 10 looks like a nice number to hit. Festival Tragic Hero, something to that effect. 15. I knew that. I was testing the audience. Uh, well, 15 is a nice number to hit. That's odd. I don't recall you being an especially early riser in the past, DZ. Of That's an interesting set of buys. Yeah. Do they just have hella villages or something? I was unaware of. They do have 2 bandit. Why does Utah have 2 bandit camps before they had draw? I mean, I guess if you were over bandit camped, then maybe just buying a bunch of terminals makes some sense. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't think villain sounds good to me at all. I don't think the attack is likely to matter much. If you want to courtier target, you've got Temple in your deck for that. 9. I wish I knew what the terminal balance was of Fircoal's deck. I still think there's some merit to drawing with research. These decks are a little bit awkward. You could reliably be drawing if you played a research on a gold or something every turn. It comes at the cost of setting aside a decent number of your cards, but it has some upside to it as well. Yudai deliberating intensely on whether they want a gold, a silver, or a copper. I think I would take gold here. It has the advantage of A, giving you more money, and B, drawing more cards from trash with research. Ah, right. The gold orchard points, I overlooked those. I'm curious, what's on their ban lists? Fleet? Fleet's an odd thing to ban to me. I don't know anyone who's strong opinion on Fleet. I don't know if that's Fircoal or Yudai, but one of them has an interesting distaste for Fleet. Familiar? Okay. Prince? How do you not like Prince? I mean, it's a weak card, so you can just like ignore it in any case. But it's such a pleasant card. It's like one of those things that's so fun to set up, even if it's a bad idea. Maybe someone here likes Prince too much, and they know that they can't resist the siren call of the Prince, and so they're banning it for competitive purposes to hold themselves accountable. Um, it's like if you're a compulsive gambler and you go to a casino and you sign some self exclusion order that's just like, do not allow me to gamble here. That's the only reason I could think you'd want to ban Prince is because maybe one of these 2 players buys it when they shouldn't. Knights, okay, yeah, knights are awful. Good choice. Ghost ship, terrible. Magpie, terrible. Tournament, terrible. Possession, terrible. Swindler. Okay, these are all good bans. I have nothing against Governor, but I can see how some people might not like Governor. Black Market is a lovely card. Black Market's real fun. The one valid reason to ban Black Market is if you don't like long games. Black Market does lead to very long games, but they're long and enjoyable games. Battlefield, good choice. Basilica, eh, okay. Banner Fort, meh. 25% mountebank, 25% away from zero. Could be better, but 25% is still pretty good. Cultist terrible, Sea Hag terrible. Yeah, I think all of their disliked cards are pretty reasonable. One of them dislikes March. It's interesting. What order do the cards go? Isn't there some like weird internal order to the cards? Because it's not alphabetical. I don't know what order the cards are listed in. Interesting. It's curious to me that Bandit Fort is in between one of the promo cards and the other in just the overall order. You wouldn't think that part of which set is this Empires was implemented in between the various promos. Is it not this? I would just assume there's like some universal generic card order that all these things pull from. I do not know that order at all. Wait, so what things is the generic card name order used for? Thank you. I pride myself on my question asking abilities. Not so much in my ability to stay attentive to games. The tragic heroes are like you really want them to stay alive, but it's not easy. I this is part of why I like Festival over Bandit Camp was to hopefully save a few more tragic heroes a little bit longer. Cards in the trash. I know the cards in the trash have some interesting order. It's not like a temporal thing or a cost based thing. Because I remember in that game I had with Knights and the Peasant line, all the travelers end up at the top for some reason. Cards in hand are what, like actions and then treasures and then victory cards. Oh, sorry, and night cards somewhere in the far right, I think. Villages and cantrips are always on the left. So it's like things that it expects you to play early end up on the left hand side. That makes sense. Now I want to test things that are like marginal villages. Like I sure hope Patron does not appear to the left of any of the actual villages. If it does, I'll be very disappointed. The real card levels. 16 money is a lot of money. I assume you're not buying provinces yet. Piles aren't low. If you want points, Emporium looks easier. Triple Emporium actually sounds pretty good. Mostly like I don't think you need to go full on greening mode. If Orchard weren't here, I highly doubt I would buy triple Emporia. But with Orchard, and this is a 10-point play, maybe you call it a 14-point play because it also denies your opponent from winning the Emporium split. Um, yeah, I don't know. Fircoal looked ahead earlier, but Yudai looking like they're still in this thing. Yeah, I think it means each province is 12 VP. I'm just gonna bite the bullet on this one. That's why Dominate is just such an underpowered thing, is it barely compares favorably. I still see unreliable drawing of the deck, and it still suggests to me that I think research is worth getting. And like if you're getting it for the like drawing purposes, presumably you want two of them, like maybe even more than that. I would not play this tragic, or I would pick the tragic hero. I wouldn't play it the normal way because drawing some number of cards dead, which may or may not be treasures, does not seem worth losing one of your best draw cards. Well, I guess your only draw card. You doesn't even have research. Not your only draw card. Yudai does have patricians. I guess you maybe he's contemplating between card action and just coin buy. Yeah, they're just gonna stop here and buy something or other. Two Emporia and Festival, a research. Yeah, really rolling in the dough. Fircoal is getting somewhere. Uh, I'd pick the tragic hero first. Still don't want to pop it if it's going to be drawing things dead. And then likely research the gold, presuming that picking the tragic hero doesn't go anywhere. Fircoal is kind of behind all of a sudden. I guess Orchard does make it pretty easy to stack up on a bunch of random action cards, because like if you took a bunch of temples, a bunch of poachers, villains, like they actually can't hurt your deck because you can always just pick them. I am a huge sucker for Temple VP. Uh, so I gotta respect Yudai's choice to aggressively buy temples. What are you taking here? Two more fives, I would think. Actually, maybe a gold. Not a gold. A research. To obviously, we're not buying gold. A research to kill the golds with. Like a ew. I don't like that province. Not one bit. There's just like so many points to be had with Orchard. I also don't like the silver either. Silver, like your deck is on shaky grounds here. I don't think you want to be adding more stop cards to it, especially much. Oh, my bad. I forgot the Silver Orchard. It's Fircoal have two silvers. I don't know. Fircoal seemed to be in the lead, and then I got distracted by that random ban list client thing, and then all of a sudden, Yudai's winning. I don't know what's happened. Goodbye, Silver. The Silver was just the decoy to discard the villain. Yeah, maybe the villain was clutch, but now that Fircoal's got the Silver, we're in good shape again. 12 province research. Poacher. I assume the poacher is for orchard points. I still would rather like you're never playing the poacher as anything but a pawn because there's two piles empty. It's going to discard a bunch. Or maybe it's just as much for pile pressure. I don't know if Udai has a bunch of buys. I don't think they do, but maybe they're lowering poachers for that reason. But I don't know. I still am on team research as a draw card, but apparently I'm alone in that regard. I'm also a little bit surprised at the lack of courtiers. I would have thought courtier was a card worth getting in this kingdom. I do not like that they are buying provinces with orchard points abundantly awaiting in the supply. Orchard's a lot of points, and you can score while improving your deck quality rather than deproving it, disimproving it, anti-proving it. Disproving. That's a word. You're disproving your deck quality. That's a lot of buys. If only there were enough points. So 8 estates would score you 29. You just score 8 more points. 8 more points does not sound easy to do. We're just gonna take more provinces. Okay then. Lowering poacher seems really risky, doesn't it? Oh, I want to research things. Let's see. So, what's Yudai's easiest win? 16 and 4 buys? Oh, that's not enough, is it? You guys already got orchard points from Poacher. And probably might lose orchard points. I don't know how many heroes you guys got left. He's got lovely heroes. Wow, this next hero to die is gonna also cost you a bunch of points. That's awkward. As Yudai, I would be thinking about temple points here. You could pig the hero, trash two things with temple, buy a temple, that's scoring you 4 points from the temple VP plus 4 points for orchard. Hmm. I just I think they let their decks get away from them. Both of them have. There's a little bit too much greening, a little bit too much treasure, not enough maintenance. I can't speak. I'm gonna start that anew. Not enough maintenance of deck control. Fircoal with some connection issues, it seems. Well, that's a good draw. Do you let the hero die? Probably, I guess. A little bit sad. Still not super clear. Maybe you just play it for card coin. Yeah, fair enough. I think we take card coin here. Maybe it could be coin buy. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but I really think research is a good card in this kingdom. Like here, they're kind of tiptoeing around various pile threats with the poacher pile and the estate pile, even the province pile, kind of. And they're also not really drawing deck all too reliably. You trash a gold or something, you got a big turn. Now all of a sudden you're piling out all that stuff. Not the province. That's Fircoal's most expensive card. 13. They got. What do you buy here? I don't know the exact composition of Yudai's cards. I would presume one of these buys to be a temple because I'm pretty sure they got exactly 2 temples, so that'd be worth 4 points. You do temple double villain. Uh, does Yudai have any festivals? Let's find out. Gains a fest. No, Fircoal's got 4 festivals, so festivals wouldn't score points. You do triple research. That's worth orchard points. Probably want to score more than that though. Temple research duchy. Festivals are the best of all. Yeah, that was a strange play order, wasn't it? These decks have just stopped doing things. It's sad. Temple. Okay, here we go. Big research turn. What are we researching? Not sure. Neither Tragic Hero nor Copper looks like a particularly enticing target. Hopefully we draw something expensive and losable off these hero plays. Uh, Fircoal's really got to hope to get at least 2 more turns, but that's looking far from guaranteed. You know, you might be able to double here and then single next turn, and that's not good. Oh, I missed the part where you didn't have any actions left. Okay, never mind. We're great. Team America is doing wonderfully. No, don't mouse the research. No, that's your draw card. No, trash things with it. Man, we're not on the same wavelength at all here. We don't want to trash a copper. Trashing copper with 2 victory points here, on top of taking a copper out of your deck. Presuming you're going to buy a third temple for victory points. Yeah, you're gonna buy Temple anyway. Why did you just take 2 VP by trashing? You also like you get a copper out of your deck. Why what? Does anyone know the verdict of Warfrats Game 6 yet? Yeah, I don't like the silver buys. I haven't liked most of these silver buys. There was a point where Yudai got a silver and I was on the fence, and then I've fallen off the fence since then onto the don't buy silver side, and then Fircoal keeps buying silvers. Look at that villain being a power card. That patrician became a lab with villain's assistance. Are we getting to job? Well, probably not, but maybe. I see 11, 13 money so far. Actually, they're really close. They're awful close. Looks like they're maybe getting there if they draw something good. 6, 12, 14. They need to find something worth more than one money. They're like one off at the moment. That won't do it. Okay. But they got close. I would presume this to just be province duchy. Oh wait, they've only got one buy. Anyway, I guess it's province then. But it does seem as though the game was about to end. All right, 1-1. All right, game 3. What have we here? Got tunnel. How can one activate tunnel? Ooh, which castle? Opulent castle can activate tunnel. There's opulent castle. There's opulent castle. This tunnel is a victory card. It means opulent castle can discard it to gain a gold. Noble brigand can activate tunnel. You just need your opponent to play noble brigand for some reason. A tactician can activate tunnel. What about giant? Does giant discard? Uh, no, there's no way in this kingdom for giant to activate tunnel. So what are we actually doing here? There's Lost City and Nobles for actions and draw. Both provide both. The You're definitely building pretty big here. A lot of alt VP between castles and bishop. Uh, plus buy is severely limited. Only tactician. I'm not sure whether you play with tactician. I think I vote yes. But Kiln's a decent gainer. I think the goal is to play with 2 tacticians, lost cities and nobles and such, and kilns, and then kiln things, bishop things, and you'll have a really big engine, and things will happen that are good. I think Snakeface is saying tactician tunnel, which I don't know, seems reasonable. Like once you got that double tack bishop thing going on, having tunnel be the card you discard to tactician to activate the tunnel effect for a free thing for bishop to trash seems good. What have we opened? Silver exploration for both seems reasonable to me. Uh, Early coffer. You don't want a bunch of silvers, so exploration is a nice way to get to 5. So Silver Exploration is really likely to hit 5-4 and has a chance of hitting double fives if you bottom deck an estate. You know what's nice? With Exploration, Banquet's buffed a lot because if you buy Banquet instead of buying a card, you still get Exploration because you haven't bought a card. If only that were enough of a buff to make Banquet playable. What is your first five here? Giant. That is. If you gave me guesses of what the first five was, I think I would guess like five things before I guess giant there. Fircoal goes for tactician. Tactician seems eminently reasonable. Tactician is another thing that kind of synergizes with exploration because the turn you play the tactician to buy nothing, or at least getting a coffer and a villager out of it. Hmm. I would not play giant money here, not in a million years. I mean, actually, Yudai, if you want to play giant money, Team America would sincerely appreciate it. I sure hope Yudai plays giant money. Yeah, giant's not even the best cursor in this kingdom. Like, look at this giant doing nothing. Yudai's hitting three. Now you just pass your turn for exploration. Oh yeah, my bad. I missed the banquet for giant play. You gotta have two giants in your deck to turn the tokens off and on each shuffle. I don't get the giant. What are you doing with giant? You're trying to spike eight for Grand Castle or something? Wait, is eight Grand Castle? No, Grand Castle's nine. What's the eight castle? Sprawling Castle. Wait, is Yudai? Not Yudai. I knew Yudai's buying giants. Is Fircoal doing it too? Or is it just all Yudai? One giant, two giant, three giants, four. They actually banqueted for a giant. The madman. What are we doing? There's no way this is correct. It's 1-1. I think as Fearful now I'm looking increasingly towards bishoping aggressively because giving your opponent the trash string is going to matter a lot less if they're apparently playing giant money. You die. What are you doing? Fearful needs bishops desperately. I don't know, Lost City Bishop here. I would expect us to be doing bishop tactician things. No, Fircoal! You're setting a bad example for my teammates. Poor impressionable Fircoal here has somehow been convinced that Giant is a good card worth getting. No, oh no, what is happening? Yeah, the kilns I think are a little bit greedy here. Like kiln requires surprisingly much deck control to activate because you have to be playing the kiln before your action and draw cards because that's what you really want to be duplicating. And it's kind of hard to have enough surplus action and draw to be able to fit in a terminal silver before your action and draw cards rather than at the end of your turn. Is it 11 to negative 11 Celsius? That sounds terrible. Man, it got down to like 30 here last night. It was horrible. I could never deal with temperatures like that. Lost City Bishop? But I sure hope it's not Giant Province. Buying Province honestly sounds worse than just passing your turn because you're just helping your opponent lower the Province pile. I do believe night owls live outside. Yeah, the giant really fits in interesting places in the sentence. What did Fircoal end up buying? No, Prophet Del Fircoal, stop! Stop! You're what is Stop! What is happening in this game? And now we're seeing giant on giant violence. If someone told me one person's giant would trash another person's giant in this game at some point, I would not have believed you. This is this is so wrong. It's like Fircoal had the right idea at the beginning, it seemed. They got Tactician, they're getting draw cards and kilns, and then they saw Yudai buy giants, and they're like, actually, that looks so much better. And they decided to copy it. It does look like Fircoal's in a good position here, though, which is honestly shocking. Like, generally, building a little bit and then pivoting into money tends to be a worse way to play money than just playing money. But this is already win in hand. What was this game? I'm so confused. Think about how much money you can make out of an opulent castle with that hand of victory cards. All right. Fearful, if you buy another giant in this match, you're officially getting sidelined from Team USA. This looks like a good kingdom to play Haunted Woods money in. Maybe Brigand money. Oh, 5-2 sounds amazing here. Oh, wait, what? This wasn't a 5-2. What the heck? Oh, never mind. I see what happened. Fearful bought Scouting Party Peasant. Okay, that sounds great. This is not a bad turn two either. Yeah, I confused myself. Uh, presumably it's Artificer here. Oh, never mind. Me being presumptuous. Definitely Scouting Party here for Yudai, and then what else have they bought already? Second Peasant, I think. Could be Encampment. Not clear. Either of those sounds good. Definitely not Candlestick. This feels like a kingdom where you're definitely skipping Teacher. I don't see any amazing Teacher targets, maybe plus card Artificer, but Disciple is phenomenal here. Discipling King's Court, King's Courting Disciple. I'm hanging on to my Disciple till the bitter end. Disciples plural, hopefully. Uh Altar, I think, is the best here. No, actually, I don't know. I seriously think about Double Scouting Party. That also has a lot of appeal. Double Scouting Party Encampment or Double Scouting Party Peasant. Wait, do you reshuffle? That doesn't sound right. Didn't he have 8 cards in deck? I'm not. I'm. It's 8. Yeah, you can double Scouting Party here. You had 8. You discard 3. Then you got 5 left. You buy a second one. It's just enough. Yeah. I was comparing that versus an altar buy. Wait, but now I'm confused. Am I mixing up the players? I have no idea what I'm thinking. I thought I was talking about Fircoal, but I'm lost. I'm totally lost. I think I was thinking about Yudai looking at Fircoal's hand and deck. I have no idea what's going on. There's a very low chance that whatever I said in the past minute or two is correct. Uh, I don't. I give up. Some play there was correct. May or may not have been Scouting Party some number of times. A lot of the five look good. Relic early is not bad. Artificer's good. Livery is fine. Haunted Woods maybe. That's actually all the fives except Touchy. So yeah. At some point, I assume you play enough liveries or King's Court livery well enough for just artificers to autopile, and then that's probably how the game ends. What was the final score of the match? I presume it's no longer ongoing if Warfighter is in the chat. Wait, I need to know what's the score. Did it must have gone bad there. People must be shielding me from sorrow. Goodbye encampments. Never mind. Oh, that worked out unjustifiably well. But okay, we'll take it. They were not guaranteed to draw a disciple off the top. Alter over Casey is interesting. I don't know if it's wrong. Yudai's hand could be better. Fircoal, play your encampment. What are you doing? Look at that. +2 cards, +2 actions. Draw your cards. There's good cards down there. Alright. Done pleading. I'm going to look up the score of this Warfrat match myself. What we got? Four two. Okay. So we came back a little bit in the end. So what does that mean the split of this match has to be? So in the first three matches, US won 9, Japan won 9. Oh, so we're tied actually. So whoever wins this match wins. All right, Fircoal, the fate of the country is riding on you. Imagine you're Will Smith in Independence Day, or I come out of examples. King's Court Noble Brigand does not sound especially good. You could steal the gold. Ooh, I think Discipling Haunted Woods sounds worth it to me. Yeah, that's gotta be worth it. You definitely Disciple Haunted Woods. Your Disciple's stuck out of play, but what you gonna do about it? Wait, who has a teacher? Yudai. Yudai, what are you doing? You don't need a teacher in this kingdom. Now I gotta go check the teacher stats. Is Yudai one of the habitual teacher gainers? Oh, well, the search isn't working at the moment. I'll have to find that later. I do recall the Japanese players getting teacher at a much higher rate than other folks. It is, in fact, true that I am not Japanese. Although, that being said, it is the American in this match who has gained a gold so far. That's true. It wasn't a gold buy. Yeah, I did not anticipate the King's Courting Vaulter. I assumed they would King's Court the encampment. Why are plunders at 2? 2.5 disciple plays per. That's like that's the number of disciple plays per turn you should have. This is an excellent disciple kingdom as well. I so do not care about these encampments and plunders at all. I want a King's Court delivery and disciple and artificer. Most teacher plays. Interesting. Where are my disciples? Going by number of teacher plays is kind of weird as well. I have the most disciple and the most teacher. See, that is not evidence that I prefer teacher over disciple. I just like all cards equally. I did not foresee plunder piling. No. Well, I don't think they were privy to the Discord discussion on plunder. All right, we're gonna buy King's Court, and then we're gonna do good things with it. This game is like, oh, this is a really sad hand for Fircoal. Is there a Haunted Woods down? There is not. This is too many good cards in this hand. So what's the best play order here? Disciple King's Court Livery, I think, is the correct play order. You have Haunted. Do I have Haunted? No, I don't have Haunted Woods. Oh, you mean the Haunted Woods attack? Yeah, one Disciple King's Court Livery, and then you top deck the other Disciple. But never mind, we don't top deck the other Disciple. What are we putting our teacher token on? I guess plus action on altar, given this hand? I'm pretty sure the correct teacher play here is plus action on altar. Well, see, the problem is teacher sucks. There's a scenario where it's correct not to call teacher given the opportunity. I'm sure there's a scenario. There is always a scenario for something in Dominion. I think that scenario is vanishingly rare. I think probably your most likely scenario for that is something like whatever the last token is just irrelevant. Like it's you haven't placed the plus action token yet in a champion kingdom, and you'd rather just leave the teacher on the mat so it's not junking up your deck. I did use the word vanishingly rare. Well, you see, disciple excels into the game very quickly, but when you advance it to teacher, you no longer have your disciple. I don't really get plus action on livery. If we wanted the plus action token, why don't we put it on our altar? You know what happens if you don't have King's Court yet? You die. Yeah, this was a remarkably good draw. This also, I'm pretty sure this is a bad order for Fircoal. Disciple, Disciple, King's Court. I'm pretty sure you usually want to alternate these, like Disciple, King's Court, Disciple, because you don't want to be using your disciples on your disciples. You want to be using your disciples on your King's Courts and your King's Courts on your disciples. In any case, I'm pretty sure this is just a win in hand, right? Like, you triple another livery, then you autopile artificers, and then there's probably a King's Court pile out at the end of all that. Yeah, yeah, this is easily a win. Wait, no, play your liveries first. What are you doing? Do we have another artificer down there? Why aren't, this is strange order. Still looks extremely winning. I feel like the challenge is to not end the game with 30 horses. No, like, this is still easily just a win in hand. I think you just have so many degrees of freedom here. Like, you're not even close to not winning. This is just click quickly so that you don't waste too much time. Like, how many times did they play livery? Like, 7 times or something? I don't know. It's a bunch. But if you've played livery that many times, Artificer just autopiles itself, and then King's Court your only pile left. You've got more than 14 money by a whole lot. Well, I guess technically you need, what, like 22 money, but you also have more than 22 money. They didn't return an encampment at some point, did they? That would be quite the way to lose. No, the only encampment return was way back when. Or maybe it's. Yeah, the only encampment set aside was turn 8 by Yudai. Silly me thinking Fircoal would ever set aside an encampment. Should have known better. Yeah, this is just like incredibly far beyond winning. All right, can Fircoal find the pile out? I really did not expect it to be candlestick makers, but all right, you do you. But if you don't play the soldier, you can't advance it to fugitive. Okay, 2-1. Wait, is it 2-1? What is the score? I feel like I forgot a game. 3-1. All right, 3-1. That's great. So worst case scenario, the U.S. will tie this match. If Fircoal wins one more, the U.S. wins. What have we here? This is an interesting kingdom. No plus buy, but Inventor's a great gainer. Upgrade's not bad either. Draw could be Plaza and Envoy, or Plaza Swashbuckler, or just Apprentice and random stuff that you gain that you trash again. Hmm. How does one open here? That is not clear to me. There's a lot of plausible opens. Double upgrade? Apprentice upgrade? Inventor and print. Inventor and apprentice. Inventor apprentice does not sound bad. I think I like apprentice inventor or apprentice upgrade. Definitely inventor megaturn. Well, megaturn asks. There's no plus buy, so it's gonna be hard to take like a billion provinces in one turn. But you're definitely playing with a bunch of inventors. More likely, it's gonna pile on 3 piles and maybe duchies. I was thinking about priest inventor, but I feel like you just open with one of the non-terminal trashers. Then you're much happier in the case of collision. Oh yeah, the log is kind of confusing the way it looks. Draws 5 coppers, takes 2 VP from baths. But that was the 2 copper hand. I still don't think that was right, was it? And obviously the victory points don't matter. But like, you could desperation for inventor, or you could spin the coffer and the desperation and open with a 5. I don't think passing was correct there. I also I think apprentice beats upgrade. I think the only scenario where you get an upgrade in the opening is if you're also opening apprentice. There's no threes that you want. Silver is useless. And that means apprentice is just a lot better than upgrade at dealing with these estates. I only want the upgrade for dealing with the coppers once apprentice is done with estates. Yeah, I mean, terminal space is important here. I want a lot of plazas. It means that apprentice looks like pretty appealing draw because it means few of your terminal action plays are going to go to draw cards. Baker, I'm so confused. Baker sounds horrible. There's a lot of nice 5s. Does, Apprentice isn't this kingdom, right? This isn't like a visual error or something. A graphical. Yeah, Apprentice is definitely here and still at 10. Rogue does not sound ridiculous. The tricky part is gaining a gold somehow. Maybe if you had 2 upgrades, you upgrade 1 upgrade into a gold or something. Uh, 2 silvers now? That's 2 more than you really want. Why are there 2 bakers in your deck? Like, the correct number of bakers is 0. But maybe maybe you could somehow rationalize like I'll take a baker for just like some number of coffers just in case. Why would you ever need two bakers? This game is perplexing. This is like the giant money game all over again. I'm stressed. Please stop. I don't like this. Oh well, I figured out how we're getting golds. All right, so now Yudai really need some apprentices. What? What's happening? Why is this happening? Fircoal could afford province here. Apprentice, please. Please, apprentice. The piles, don't look at the piles. The piles won't make any sense. Why is Inventor at 9? Why is Apprentice at 10? Why are Silver's missing 5 from the pile? None of these can be answered. Why are I mean, you look at the Baker pile, you wouldn't suspect that there's two Bakers in one person's deck. Why are provinces already not full? Why are there bath points missing? Yeah, I don't understand this. Look how many coffers Yudai has. Look what these bakers are doing. Why do you need these? What are you doing with all these coffers? 18 coffers. Why did you buy bakers? These coffers are literally useless. You only have one buy. You are never ever going to spend all these coffers before the game ends. It's turn 11, and Fircoal's deck is not particularly clean. I think Yudai's going to win this. Oh my goodness. Second Venture sounds. Actually, it's a third Venture. I don't know what I'd buy there. Apprentice is reasonable. Yudai's trashing golds at this point. Not like it makes any difference. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Yudai recognizes that money is literally no object at this point. Yudai is just constrained by buys and is going to buy one province per turn until the game ends. So I think Fircoal's got to know they're not going to get more than two provinces, absolute maximum. And so you gotta figure out how you're somehow getting 8 duchies. And I mean, like that, it should be doable for the engine, but I don't know if it's doable for this engine. I will continue to mock the money strategy because I continue to not believe it's a genius level play. I don't think this should be winning. I guess I should ask which one we're describing as the money strategy because Fearful has taken a lot of silvers. I think that not that inventor, but the previous inventor seems just. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say it just seems worse than Plaza, but Plaza's out. Never mind. Um, let's see. So Cave still thinks Fircoal's in the lead. So Yudai province is here. They're at 30, and then as Fircoal, you've got 2 turns to get past 36 points. Which I think just means taking 1 province, 8 duchies, and an estate. Is that right? 18. I don't even know. I'm not. Oh, I haven't factored in the Baths points. I'm forgetting about the Baths points. So you got to get past 36, which means scoring 27 more. Duchies are duchies are 24. So I guess you only need 7 duchies in a province actually, because the Baths points I'd overlooked. I was saying 8 duchies in an estate. Um, hmm. 7 duchies in a province does seem doable. I don't. Yeah, I mean, Fircoal is definitely still in this. I don't know if I'd say that they're in the lead, but I can definitely see them winning. I strongly agree with Cave about upgrading Plaza to Duchy. Why would you want 2 provinces this turn? Didn't that just lose? I guess we'll find out momentarily. So we gotta play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inventors. Yeah, this is like a win. Howdy. I'm not even sure you need to upgrade the priest into a duchy. I think just the inventors probably do it. But yeah, you can upgrade an extra inventor and a priest. Well, playing 7 inventors and then playing 1 requires a lot of plazas. I'm trying to imagine upgrade to duchy. Yeah, so you need ferry or quarry. Is there any other way that doesn't involve one of those two? What do we got here? I don't think there's anything interesting to do with gamble here, is there? Yeah, I don't think there's enough to build a gamble engine. You can gain gold off a dismantle, but that doesn't play particularly well. Gamble. I could totally see gaining some IGGs just as apprentice food. Dealing with the curses looks like something of an annoyance. And apprentice looks awfully important to me here. So can you get net draw out of Apprentice and Dismantle? Let me think about this. You got the villages for it if you need. So Dismantle, gold, Apprentice, and a 5 takes up 4 spaces in your hand. Then you trash the 5, and you draw 5 cards. I think that's a moat, right? So if I have Dismantle, gold, Apprentice, and a Plaza, that is like a very convoluted village mode engine, right? Pretty sure that checks out. Yeah, I think I want to build a deck that is basically dismantle gold into IGG, apprentice IGG for draw, and I think if you work it out, you're netting 1 draw every time you do that, plus an attack. That's a witch. That's what that is. Dismantle gold into IGG, apprentice IGG is do it yourself witch. I haven't actually seen what they've done. It's like a sad gamble. Malicious Silver, yeah, that sounds like the right opening. I could see Militia Caravan Guard as well. And then Apprentice. Okay, yeah. This game, I'm on the exact same page as them thus far. This all makes sense. This is not an amazing draw for Fircoal. I think when you get attacked, you just discard 1 Apprentice and 1 Copper, trash a Copper, and then gamble. Yudai has the same hand, but didn't get attacked. Do you trash the silver here? Oh, there was a warehouse that was being resolved. I missed that detail. Wait, we mouthed both apprentices? That doesn't sound right. I don't know. I don't get what you guys doing. So like I would I would think that like at this stage in the game, the goal is to cycle through your deck to play the apprentices to get thin. But Yudai is using the apprentices as warehouses to cycle to what? It's not totally clear to me. But we are cycling a lot. I'm sure that swashbuckler Baker thing would have decimated whatever Fircoal was doing if we're playing 4 player. Don't you dare buy a province. Gamble a few times and then buy, I don't know, festival. He'd already militiaed on him once.
I don't know the number, but it's definitely multiple. The militia pile's half empty. I think two militias is totally reasonable here. Three, I think, is pushing it. So Caravan Guard reacting as Way of the Mouse is like a diplomat, right? Like you get to draw three extra cards, and you end up with three cards in hand either way. I'm pretty sure, at least versus the discard attack, the Caravan Guard reaction here is equivalent to the to the diplomat reaction. I agree with more apprentices. This does remind me. Does anyone remember the old reality TV show, The Apprentice, hosted by Donald Trump before he was a political figure? I remember watching it as a kid, and I distinctly remember one quote from that show was Trump saying, "It's called The Apprentice, not The Apprenti." I think it was some rationale for having to fire someone. You were okay, good. I'm not crazy. That stuck with me. That's a specific quote. So clearly, the correct number of apprentices here is one. If reality TV show is to be a reliable indicator, I wonder what other Dominion relevant advice you could find from various quotes of his. I'm sure there has to exist something about a number of these cards. Not a fan of militia, I assume, because they leave you with real tiny hands. Do you even gamble here? I don't know what's in that discard, but looks like a potentially a bad shuffle trigger. Now we suffer for a bit. Yeah, I'm still in favor of more apprentices here. Assuming Fircoal's going to pick up militia here. No, Dan. Oh, that was not Dan. That was DZ that did that. You jinxed it. That gold baffles me. I don't understand. I don't understand that. Not one little bit. Stop. You. Like what third pile is running exactly? If we're buying province, I don't think the province pile is running particularly soon. I think you're more optimistic than I am. Yeah, maybe there's a militia pilot threat. Yudai has been playing extremely moneyish uh, in this match, and it did not work out the first two times he tried it. But third time could be the charm here. I would have expected a real deck to come of this. Like, I think it's perfectly expectable that there's going to be a lot of pain here for a while with the IGGs. But I feel like you end up getting clean eventually in time to buy a few groundskeepers and stuff, and I don't know where you go from there. Maybe castles for a little bit. I'm not persuaded by these province buys. I mean, maybe one and then militias or something. Like, if you're not gonna go for groundskeepers, you really got to lower piles. Fircoal is a province? No way. What? You're lying. Oh, you mean Fircoal could have afforded a province? Okay, yeah, you had me worried there for a second. Yeah, better late than never. I like the third apprentice. So I'm pretty sure Fircoal's way behind, just the way the IGGs broke down. I could be wrong about that, but I think with equal play from the position they were in a few turns ago, Yudai should have a big lead. I think Fircoal could have a chance here if they just outbuild Yudai. Yudai does not pressure piles. I do not remember the specific seasons well enough. I do remember the Celebrity Apprentice as well. Rest in peace, Meatloaf. Martha Stewart's Apprentice. And I don't know. Does she like host her own version of it? That made it more than one season. So I think you guys got the right idea of lowering militias here. Will it be enough in time? I don't know, but it could be. But I think for Udai, the correct play here is just try to hit four and buy militia for 4 turns, and hope that Fircoal can't get a deck together fast enough. I never watched The Simpsons. I don't get those references. Another dismantle. Hmm. does not seem unreasonable. Well, that's a third. So Yudai is 0 dismantle. I don't know. I'm actually not sure what the first one does. Oh, did it get killed? Oh, so it's the second dismantle in the deck. Yeah, second living dismantle. I like that. So Yudai sure seems to be struggling to hit 4 here. I think I like Fircoal's position a lot right now. I think is probably just groundskeeper here. I don't think you need plus buy if you're going heavy dismantles for gains, but I mean festival wouldn't be ridiculous. What you die? What? It's too late for that. You've dug your grave. Groundskeeper? That doesn't make any sense. It's like Yudai took a right turn just straight to Provinceville and then realized they made a wrong turn and just like swerved back across the median into the engine lane. And that is not a safe or healthy way to drive your vehicle. Hmm. I was kind of ambivalent there between GK and Duchy. I could see buying the Duchy. It's a one victory point, and then you apprentice it. Like Fircoal is definitely going to want to score sooner than you normally would here because there's two piles. You know your opponent is not going to beat you in the long game. They're only going to win if they empty militias fast enough. And so I think for Fircoal, it's just kind of imperative that you get some points soon-ish. I was thinking that turn just a second ago, a double trash with playing the apprentice and playing the dismantle. Like basically, I think the moment Fircoal gets a points lead, they win. Militia, like I don't know, Fircoal could dud here, and then that looks a little dicey. The third pile should not be groundskeeper. Fircoal does not need all the groundskeepers. Fircoal just needs like enough to be passable. Oh, definitely by militia here, 100%. Oh, okay, well, if we're gonna give Fircoal extra turns, I mean, I'm not gonna complain. We're on the same team. So, Yudai, if you want to help Team America, please continue to buy duchies. And then I think duchy here. Oh, I, I don't think Crumbling Castle is better than duchy. I'd rather apprentice a 5, I think, than a 4 and a 3. I could be wrong about that, but DZ, are you a turncoat? Actually, I shouldn't be surprised at that at all. Pretty sure DZ uses the British pronunciation of Z. Raging Tory in the comment section. Like these silvers that the Crumbling Castle is giving you do not particularly appeal to me. Yudai bought small. I'm so oh, oops! Almost dropped the mic. Well, I did drop my mic, but I caught it. I don't like Yudai's play from that groundskeeper buy onwards. Like you take 2 provinces, you buy militias until the piles are empty. That's the way you would play this particular strategy Yudai is doing. Buying a few provinces, which forecloses your ability to build, and then not trying to end the game is just a recipe for disaster. Fircoal's deck eventually functions, and then once it does, you're not going to outscore it. I knew you were right. I didn't. It shouldn't be true, but it was true. Yudai is it's like a medley of cards. We're dabbling a little bit. They bought 1 or 2 militias. They bought a groundskeeper. They bought a duchy, a province, 2 castles. Yudai is really dancing around piles for someone with a points lead in a worse deck. I I do not like this play. Hitting 3 is not good. Yes, if you play Groundskeeper's Warehouse, there is still a Groundskeeper in play, and so you will still get the points. And on a somewhat similar note, playing Militia as Way of the Mouse still allows your opponent to react to Caravan Guards, because Caravan Guard just cares about whether it is an attack rather than whether it attacks you. 37 turns. It shouldn't be over. I really hope it's not over. I'm pretty sure if Udai had just bought militias, they could have ended this game a few turns ago, and then they might have had a decent chance. I think like Fircoal had not great draws there for a bit. Yeah, I don't think Fircoal needs to win the GK split or anything. You've got an opponent who's got no semblance of deck control. You don't need to take all the points and like maximize your long term points potential. You just gotta build a decent engine that's gonna score enough before they compile. Plus, Fircoal's deck is running on apprentices, so buying early-ish victory cards is not necessarily bad because you've got to buy expensive junk anyway to feed the apprentice. Might as well be duchies or castles or whatever. Yudai has indeed taken the scenic route to piling. We're meandering through just about every pile on our way to the end game. Can you gain and play something here productively with this dismantle? I think maybe. What about Ganon playing an apprentice to trash a copper and then buying a duchy? Or maybe not buying a duchy. Duchy's a scary looking pile. I don't know. Sprawling for a state sounds pretty winning, even if it kills your next turn or two. Or just province. There were a lot of options there. Let's see, I think they had 3 groundskeepers in play. So you're getting 12 points off of the GKs, plus 3 from the estates, plus 5 from sprawling. So 18 points. Oh my god, if Yudai outbuilds Fircoal, Sirius is 19. I did that math badly, didn't I? Wait, is it sprawling 5 points? Is it really? Where's sprawling castle? Oh, so it is. So I was wrong in more ways than one because I both overestimated its victory point count and ended up with a number that was too low. I sure hope it's shit talking. This game has swung wildly in various directions. Now I'll upload this one.
This will be up ASAP. This is yeah. I think Utah is back in the lead with that sprawling castle play, and very likely to win now. They just buy two estates. For a lot of the league and championship matches and whatnot, I usually try to edit out a lot of the downtime so the videos are more manageable in size. That takes a good bit of work. For these commentary ones, I usually just upload them immediately after the match. Caravan Guard is worth fewer points than a victory card. This game was a wild ride. If Fircoal can just manage to win the Caravan Guard split, I think they've got it in the bag. What was the final score? Was it 3-3? Did we end up tying? Four two. Okay, perfect. So America wins in the end. Go USA.